For HDB owner, should you always fully pay off your outstanding loan, be it HDB loan or bank loan? So today I'm going to cover about this topic on whether is it a right move to actually fully pay off your loan. Because I've seen quite a number of my clients who actually did that. And I actually have a real case study when I meet this owner and I did some financial calculation for them because they are thinking of upgrading to a private property. So it came to my shock that after calculation, right, okay, they only have about 30,000 cash proceed, okay. And the funny thing is that they actually bought that property, the HDB, about 20 years ago at only $400,000. And right now, their market valuation is about 700 over thousand. Okay, so by right, they should have some cash after selling because they bought at such a low price. But when I calculate, right, they only have about 30,000 cash. And initially they thought I calculate wrongly. So I redo the calculation again and I showed them why is it that they only have about $30,000. So $30,000 actually they can't really do much because if they want to buy another property, they need to come up with cash down payment for the private property. And on top of that, most owners will need to spend on renovation, probably another 100,000. Okay, so they do not have the sufficient cash to do that. And many owners also like to have some cash savings after they offload their current properties. Okay, so after the calculation, they were very devastated. And why is it that they have so little cash after selling? Okay, the main culprit here is actually the CPF accrued interest. Okay, so back then they actually fully paid off their HDB loan and they use all their CPF savings to fully pay it. Okay, so the problem about using CPF to fully pay off your loan is that CPF will attract this thing called accrued interest. So let's take for example, if your outstanding loan was $300,000, okay, and then you use all your entire CPF to actually fully pay off this $300,000. So 20 years later, we fast forward, the accrued interest will be about $192,000. Okay, so that means to say when you sell your property, you need to return not just the 300,000 that you use, but also the accrued interest of $192,000. So that is almost about $500,000. Okay, so that is why after minusing this amount, they have very little cash on hand. Okay, so what is the right move to do? Okay, so if let's say this owner did not use their CPF to fully pay off the loan and they keep the 300,000 in their CPF OA, for the 20 years later, their CPF OA, when they open up their account, right, they will see about $492,000, and that is in their OA. That means the government will pay the CPF interest to them. So they will earn about 2.5% per annum on the interest. Okay, so actually sometimes it's better not to use your CPF. Okay, and if you can, right, it's better to use your cash to pay off your loan. Okay, so I'm going to share actually what are some of the better ways that you can do. Okay, so for owners who have already fully paid off your loan, whether it's a bank loan or HDB loan using your CPF, do not be worried. Okay, this is not permanent. You can actually reverse this process by going down to the CPF board to actually tell them that you want to redeem this CPF. You can use your cash to actually redeem this so that you can reverse this process, all right, and stop the CPF accrued interest. Another way is what I mentioned earlier. You can actually use your cash to fully pay off your loan. If let's say you have a lot of cash savings on hand and they are idling in your bank, not doing anything, you can actually consider to use your cash instead of using your CPF because CPF is earning a very good interest. So why should you touch it? Unless you have a better way to make money from your cash, let's say you're getting a much better return, then of course, probably it's better to use your CPF in that sense. Another way is, of course, if you really have not much cash on hand, you do not want to touch your cash savings, maybe you want to leave it for rainy days, and you prefer to use your CPF to pay off your loan. Okay, so what I recommend is that do not fully pay off at once. Okay, if you can, just slowly pay it off. Okay, So let's say even if you have 300,000 CPF, instead of at one go you fully pay off, you should actually slowly pay off your loan so that this accrued interest will not compound at a much faster rate. Because imagine if you fully pay off at once, the 300,000 CPF, the compounding effect is much greater. Okay, so when you slowly pay off your loan, okay, that would be a better move. All right. So I hope that you have benefited from this video. And if you do like my video, please help to like, subscribe, and share. And do feel free to give me your comments, even if you don't agree with me. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video soon.